wearing a mask is not a political statement. I don't know how in anybody's mind this became a game of political football. It's simple, it's common sense, and it's data. The virus doesn't care what political party you're in. The virus doesn't care what belief system you have. The virus doesn't care what your ideology is. The virus is the virus. And it is a threat to every single one of us. And I completely understand and sympathize with concerns of businesses and workers and the desire to stay safe. And this will help do that. It'll help people who work, for instance, in retail and public-facing environments who have been wearing masks as a requirement since they've been able to reopen. But this will provide additional protection for them, knowing that their customers, maybe 65% were wearing masks before. Now everyone will be wearing a mask, and it'll help save the lives of many of our retail workers as well.
Have you been wearing your mask? If not, it's time to put it back on. And that's the word. It came down from the governor, a mandate. You will now be required to wear a mask in the state of Colorado. And we wish you good afternoon as we continue the Modern Eater Show. It is Thursday, July 16th, and we just hustle right through this month, man. Halfway through, Brian Freeman.
It's insane, and I think it's just because of the summer dinner series and all the farm visits. It's just blown by, man.
So much going on. 86 Kim Counting degrees out there. If you're a longtime Denverite, you know that Kim Radio they called it Kim Counting degrees. That was a brilliant marketing thing when you associate something that you do every day with your brand. That's fantastic. We will talk marketing today, and she's in studio with us. Paulina Szafranski, it's good to see you.
Hi, nice to see you guys.
From Refined Marketing. It's going to be a lot to cover today, but we're glad you're here with us.
Big day.
This piece that you wrote on marketing and getting your side hustles going, refining your business, and an even playing field now, I think it's innovative. I think it's unique. I think it's very forward and out front, and we're going to talk about it.
I'm excited.
It's going to be good stuff. Okay, Jay Parker and myself, Greg Hollenbach, we're locked and loaded and ready to go. Mark Antonation at 3:20. He's going to join us. Westword's trying to do a comprehensive one-stop shop. Everybody's pivoting right now, but is there a comprehensive location for restaurants to go in order to disseminate information when it comes to what are they doing for takeout, carry-out, and delivery?
And even are you open?
And even are you open? I know.
Let's start there.
Literally, the changes happen all the time. He's the man of the hour, and the baton has been passed. It is 3:08 in the Mile High City, and we want to talk to this gentleman right now. He's probably going over a menu as we speak because it's that time. Chef Amos Watts, his name was built for food, man. If there's a name that should be in food, it's Amos Watts, right?
Are you asking or are you telling me?
I guess both. Were you told? Is that why you're here today? You were told to get into food?
My parents, when I was born, my parents were like, well, let's name him Amos Watts, so he's a chef.
And you must play the banjo.
I do. I mean, my kids think I do. I wouldn't say, I'm not going on stage or anything. My daughter's in the background going like this. Is she?
Chef, it's good to see you have a new project now, and a lot of people, well, I admire it really personally, moving forward and into the future. No better time than the present, but here it is. Formerly the Old Major, and now the Fifth String. So welcome, Amos Watts, back to the Modern Eater Show.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
With me is my chef de cuisine, Marcos Mendez, who's worked with me at Corrida and Acorn and Old Major and Jack's for like the last 9 years. He'll be with me too.
You're the hired gun. I see. Good to see you guys. All right, well, let's just set it up. So it's changed hands. Great piece in 5280, and wanted to dovetail off of that. But give us the lowdown. I mean, name change, the whole 9 yards. Some people would say, man, Old Major, why didn't you keep it just Old Major? But you got different plans, don't you, Chef?
Yeah, well, we thought about doing it. I mean, we at one point we thought about calling it Turnkey because it really, I mean, it was a great restaurant and it was just kind of COVID kind of forced it a little bit closed. Justin is doing so well in the meat business that I think he's really wanting to focus on that and not have a fine dining restaurant anymore. And so he and I, he's one of my best friends, and we were talking about it. And with when it all happened, I mean, Corrida closed and we weren't sure what was going to happen there. And, I was able to kind of leave there and Brian and I are both, pretty happy, and he's going to do a different kind of a little concept change. Now I have a 12-minute drive instead of a 35-minute drive. I mean, although I love Boulder and I love working, this is going to be pretty fun, I think. And this kitchen, you can't beat it. And I'll show you guys around a little bit, but it is dirty. If I do, we're like in the process of doing it. We're not done yet.
Oh yeah, it's a process, absolutely, to reopen and for sure. But a kitchen that you're familiar with, you spent a little stretch there in that kitchen.
Yeah, for 2 years. Yeah, Marcos was my sous, and I was the chef de cuisine, I guess. Yeah, it was great. Yeah, right before Corrida. And so, it's nice. I mean, we bought all the wine inventory, all the pots and pans and everything. So it made it, opening a restaurant's never easy, but it made it about as easy as it could be.
That's great. I'm looking forward to it. I was reading a little bit about what your menus are going to be, and I don't know, Jay and I went there once. You put a charcuterie board in front of this. It could have fed a family, and we did our level best of knocking that thing down. I think we did take care of that thing, didn't we, Jay?
We got pretty close, although I'm making that up because I don't remember.
You don't remember? We sat there. We actually put a camera in front of us while we crushed. Hey, listen, he's going through menopause, all kinds of weird stuff right now. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I mean,
so we just finalized the logo. You want to be the first to see the logo? We just finalized it. I really like it.
Shut the front door. We get this? Do it.
What do you think?
Oh, I like it.
God, that is great. And then,
I like it.
Very cool.
I wasn't sure if people would get the fifth string kind of reference. I mean, it's a little specific, but I mean, really, it's just I kind of like the name. I just thought it was kind of cool, and I like, it just kind of spoke to me. I mean, it's a kind of a little bit of an inside, not really, inside kind of information, not really a joke, but yeah, I love that fork and the thing, and I guess you could say, like, on the fifth string, and when you're playing a banjo, you never fret it. It always plays the same note. It's kind of the background, like our experience and things. And then the four notes, you kind of play the melody. That came after I came up with the fifth string. So it wasn't like that's why we called it that. But I'd still like to say it.
Super cool. Wow. Give us another look at that. I got to look at that again.
Well, and Chef, what is going to be the theme more of the food?
Family style.
Yeah, so we're going to do I can leave it up. We're going to do a bunch of just kind of eclectic small plates from like $8 to $18, a couple small bites. At happy hour, we'll be doing some even like smaller stuff at the bar. And then we're going to have some we'll have like a salmon dish that you can get like a share or a small plate if you want to try a few things, or an entree portion. We'll do probably 4 or 5 pastas. And then on the back of the menu, we're going to do some like larger dinners where you come in and like if you get the roast chicken dinner, it'll be a whole chicken, cut up and roasted, and then it'll have its own garnish, and then it'll come with like 4 different kind of sides that we do every day. I mean, we were talking about like actually right now, a cucumber salad, tomato braised summer beans, like fried potatoes with like a shellfish hollandaise and chives, but we'll have like maybe a short rib, a steak, a sausage, like a big coil of sausage. And this would be something you'd come in and just order it, and that's what you're having. And you have a bunch of different side dishes, and you get to try a bunch of different things, and it'll change up pretty much weekly, which I think is going to be a neat thing, especially if we, for takeout too. It'll travel well, and so we're kind of trying to plan on all fronts about. We just don't. We're ready to open in about 9 days. We could probably get this thing open, but we're waiting to see what the government tells us. And to be honest, even if they say open up 100%, I'm not so sure we want to just go full throttle. So we're trying to decide what's safe, and what is, but then also what works for us, right? So.
For sure. Hey, I don't know, but you lucked out today. We actually have a living legend in here with us. She's a marketing guru herself, and Paulina Szafranski. Here's an opportunity. He's opening up this new restaurant and you're talking about pivoting and doing great innovative things. But one of the things that strikes you, and we're going to cover your article at length, but what really took me from that is connecting with your customer again on a very personal level. You're going to need to do a lot of that stuff, and the neighborhood's a great place to start.
100%.
So,
and I lived in Lojai for over 12 years, an old major. I mean, it changed the scene. It brought fine dining. So it was amazing.
So Do you get to take over the social media? Do you have to start from scratch? What's your approach going to be to the neighborhood and this change? Is it going to be a gradual thing or kind of just rip the Band-Aid off, a new broom sweeps clean? What's your approach right now?
That's kind of what we're deciding probably about by Monday. We're talking to the guy I had to help me brand, Word and Roger, Forrest at Word and Roger. He helped me do the branding and stuff and came up with that logo. And we're deciding, do we want to just start from scratch or do we want to, also my wife is kind of in charge. I have Instagram. That's about the only social media I'm on. And you too, right? Yeah, we're pretty behind the times on that. So we're kind of looking to her, but I think we're going to just start. I think we're going to start fresh. I don't know.
What do you think, Paulina?
I think, right now, I think potential customers, they want transparency. And I think they would love to know the journey during this time and what that looks like and where your decision-making came from. So that's a big opportunity, I think, because they're always going to remember, that restaurant opened during the pandemic. Yeah. So having that transparency, and I don't think enough brands are doing this in restaurants, asking feedback from customers. Hey, what kind of packages would you like to see that you can take out? How many times do you go out? Like, I love when I get a survey after a visit and it comes from the owner and it gives me a chance I feel like I know them afterwards. So a couple opportunities.
That's great.
And we've been taking pictures through the remodel. We just, I can show you a little bit. I mean, like I said, we actually just unpacked the chairs last night and we set the dining room up as it would be normally before COVID. And then we're measuring and we're taking out tables. We got a thing from the city that we can do, I think 5 4-tops outside. So we'll have some added seating. But again, we want to make sure, we don't really want to do the bare minimum, right? You want to so we want to see kind of what works for us. And, we have to obviously make money, but also, we don't want people uncomfortable. I mean, that's the whole thing, right? I mean, that's the service industry. So we're in a good place though, because we don't have a starting point. We're not like, man, we went from 150 seats to 75 seats. Like we're opening and we're kind of hiring with 50% kind of mentality of, and we're kind of slowly going, as we get busier, as we're able to get busier, we'll be able to do that. And so we're going to start releasing some stuff. We're going to do an Instagram and Facebook page and kind of show the remodel slowly and stuff.
Do you get Old Major's Facebook page and Instagram? Do you get that?
Like I said, we could have called it Old Major, but I haven't.
Well, no, just as long as you can make that changeover, but converting that customer, I don't think it's a terrible idea. They're familiar with the space, and chances are they're very familiar with you, too.
Old Major has a big following.
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I didn't plan on doing this, but since you are there, let me do a little bit of housekeeping. Okay, this is Chef Amos Watts. It's the new restaurant, The Fifth String. You've been there. It's Old Major. And we're very much so looking forward to what the future brings, this space. Mark Antonation, he's on hold right now. When I mean on hold, he's on the Zoom call waiting. And I didn't plan on doing this, but with Mark's permission, we have a whole nother topic to talk about with Mark. But if he'll go on this tour with us around the Fifth String and we can bring Mark into the conversation. Mark, are you there?
I am.
Hey,
Hi.
Do you mind taking a walk around the Fifth String with us real quick before we jump into your segment?
Sure, yeah.
All right, cool. So we have Mark Antonation. Everybody knows him from Westword. All right, let's do this. Let's take a quick turnaround, Jay, if you don't mind. We'll come back. We'll break off right now. It is 3:20 in the Mile High City. The mandate just did come down the pipe. I've got a poll out there for you right now. Are you going to follow the governor's instructions and wear your mask in public? Right now the poll is yes, 57%, and no, 38%. Very interesting. I'll tell you this, if you like your restaurants and you like to go get your hair cut or your nails done or anything else, you better put your mask on because they're warning you. And that warning is coming down the way of doing things like this to say, we told you so. And it's been officially called a spike by your mayor, Mayor Hancock, yesterday. And when they call it a spike and they tell you to wear your mask, if they see the numbers increase, they will shut down your favorite restaurants again, and we can't afford to do that. Yeah. So in everybody's best interest, wear your mask, damn it, right? Okay, we'll take that break. We'll come right back. The Modern Eater Show continues.
Hey guys, Chris Johnson here, owner of Rome Sausage, your hyper-local source for all things sausage awesomeness. My family is proud to carry on the fine traditions of Rome's founder, Jerry Rome, by producing a variety of amazing sausage in small batches with an eye on quality, not quantity. Every batch is made here in the great state of Colorado by hand mixing spices, utilizing lean cuts of pork to make an outstanding product. Sourcing ingredients and materials locally, we are committed to supporting local vendors, chefs, restaurants, and the entire Colorado food scene. Getting hungry yet? Brats, Italian, breakfast, hot Polish, green chili, chicken apple, and the world's best chorizo. You can source all of our sausage through a variety of food service distributors. If your distributor doesn't carry it, call us. We'll come direct. You want a custom item? We'll do that too. Samples, and of course, sausage jokes, can be had by contacting me directly at chris@romesausage.com or by phone at 303-296-7663. The modern eater loves Rome sausage, and I know you will too.
Hey, Zach Ryder here, Colorado Mills Sunflower Products out of Lamar, Colorado. Your only local source, grown from a local crop to produce a local oil for local chefs. You can find it at Shamrock Foods, What Chefs Want, Seattle Fish Company. Let me try it one more time, then we'll see. Hey, restaurants, we're glad you're reopening. From Colorado Mills Sunflower Oil, we'll see you soon.
First, we partner with the best farmers in the world, and then we tell them, we will take it all. Process whole spices daily, blend custom spices to order, keep it fresh, safe, and flavorful, all so that you can get back to doing what you do best. So whether you're a restaurant, a food manufacturer, or an at-home cook, be sure to visit The Spice Guy at www.thespiceguyco.com.
Hey guys, with Modern Eater, this is Rich O'Brien with Elevation Food Service Reps. I'm here with one of ourselves, a newly appointed hospitality specialist, Paulina Hilliard, and we're here in our showroom, and we've got our bar set up, we've got a lot of time. Come see us, come see what we've got, and Paulina can help you guys out in the world of hospitality with anything. Take a little journey into the 38th Avenue kitchen just to see what's going on in here, and as I come in here, I'm noticing... Howard, what are you doing? Nothing. Show me, what are you doing? Nothing. Nothing? Look at this beautiful equipment in here. Look at this beautiful... Chefs, restaurateurs, anybody that has anything to do with food service, come on over. We'd love to help you with menu development, love to show you everything about equipment, and maybe we'll even have a few pops.
Hey guys, it's Carly Smith, Fairy Godmother here. I've teamed up with Biker Jim Pittinger to bring you guys a delicious 5-course dinner on July 21st at Pizza Republica downtown at 6 p.m. So get your tickets now at summerdinnerseries.com, and I look forward to seeing you there.
Okay, there you go. Let's record now.
Please leave the fucking store.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay, that's harassment. I'm filing charges.
All right, that's a clip. We're going to play that for you. That's right here in Denver, Colorado. That's at Molly Spirits in Lakeside. It went viral. That's what's going to happen to you if you don't wear your mask. Just telling you, we'll cover that on the show. We'll play the full video for you as we welcome you back right now. Lots of housekeeping right now. SummerDinnerSeries.com. Tickets are on sale for our Summer Dinner Series. 7 more dinners to go. Thank you very much. I'm going to do this, Jay. Next break, it's all yours, though. But right now, Jeff Rourke and A-Plus Beverage Solutions. Jeff Rourke and A-Plus Beverage Solutions, he's the leading man when it comes to cleaning your tap lines, installing a tap line, or just a whole draft system. It's your dream. Yeah, a beautiful draft system. He's the man. 20 years in the business, family-owned and operated. These are the guys you want to do business with because brewers want their beer to taste like it intended to taste right out of their brewery. If you're pouring inefficient beer, what are you doing, boys?
You're pouring your money down the drain.
How dare you do that? It's tacky. It looks disgusting. You're losing money. You don't need to do that.
I want kombucha. I want wine.
You can add a line, man. Coffee, wine, and a nitro line. Your glycol system needs to get tweaked. No problem. Jeff Rourke, A-Plus Beverage Solutions, 720-272-3809.
One more time, please.
Why am I milking a cow? 720-272-3809. It's Jeff Rourke and A-Plus Beverage Solutions. All right, back to the show. Amos Watts here with us. The fifth string, formerly known as Old Major, Mark Antonation joins the show. Paulina Szafranski here with us alongside of Brian Freeman and Jay Parker. Myself, Greg Hollenbach. That's a lot to take in, but we're all here right now. Hey, Mark, how are you?
Doing well. How about yourself?
Good, man. What do you know about this fifth string place?
I texted with Amos. I don't know, when was that, like a month ago? I lose track of time these days. So I knew it was coming. Didn't know the name. So I'm looking forward to seeing what he's got in the works, because I've always enjoyed the stuff that he's been doing, like when he was at Old Major and Acorn. And I never got a chance to go to Corrida when it was there in Boulder, unfortunately, but looking forward to it now.
Well, that's great. How about a tour? Let's do a tour. Chef tour.
I'm just light tour, okay? And remember that this is not how we're going to have the dining room set when we open. This is because we want to make sure we had enough chairs, okay?
Okay.
So let's see.
Let's see what happens. I can't wait till he turns around.
My daughter is up there. Yes, my daughter.
Hi there.
So, you're playing, what game are you playing? Animal Crossing? So we got new chairs.
Jay, that's the table we sat at and crushed that charcuterie board. You don't remember that, Jay?
Oh, now seeing the table. Now seeing the table, I don't remember. You're right.
You still don't. Sorry, Chef.
And so we're going to take down the artwork. We're going to leave the wood. We're going to do some. My friend Rachel Schwintz doing these porcelain planters for these air plants that are going to be to kind of make it more green. We changed the red to a blue, as you can see.
Very nice.
And then Marco. So then we painted some of the fixtures, and then the big thing is.
Wait, hold up, Chef. Go slow. Jay, do you remember breaking out with a huge hive on your face in this booth right there?
Yeah,
you do?
That I remember.
The history.
That I remember.
And I like it's less aggressive. I like the blue, Chef. I really like that blue.
Well, yeah, it brightens it up. I got to tell you, it makes it more approachable.
Yeah.
You need to see how people sit down. Come on, go. Marco, sit. So we got new chairs, and then we did padding on all the booths.
Ooh, fancy.
So make it a little more comfortable. And then, see, we're still in the process. It still says Old Major.
No, we get you. We got you. This is great because now we'll check back with you in a few weeks, and if that still says Old Major, we'll go, oh man, there's.
Yeah, then it's like, Amos, what are you doing? We redid the floors, which I really like, and then the big thing is the charcuterie room, which you can't really see. I think it's just a reflection if we do this.
It's going to be.
It's going to be a wine room.
Sick.
And so charcuterie and wine hold at about the same temperature at 55 degrees. So it was a real easy transition. We cleaned.
Oh no.
We cleaned it out. There we go. We cleaned it out, and we're getting wine racks installed either beginning of next week or maybe even tomorrow. I'm hoping.
I love it.
And so it'll hold about 475 wine bottles. It'll be pretty much a good showpiece, and that's a lot of the food's going to be designed. We're going to expand the by the glass list and have a lot of pairing suggestions with the food, and most of the dishes will be kind of like have like a wine pairing kind of in mind when we create them. If that makes sense.
Yeah, Chef, are you going to bring in a som?
See, I mean, if COVID wasn't here, I would easily say yes, but we're kind of waiting on what we're being pretty conservative as far as hiring staff. We're gonna start interviewing next week. I haven't even put out an ad or even announced it yet. Probably do that tomorrow, and then we're just I'd love to hire full staff, but it wouldn't be fair to them. Everybody working 50% people pretty much means 50% the staff. So I want to kind of slowly hire and then kind of just creep up. And I think, and I'm hoping, and from when I've gone out to eat, Marcos and I and my wife, we've gone out to a few places kind of to see what others are doing, which is nice. That we can kind of see and get suggestions. And I'm hoping, there's some leeway, I think, in dining now where there's some more understanding from the consumer more than before, obviously, because everyone knows that everybody's going through a hard time. So
yeah.
We're just going to slowly hire and hire, and then, but I would love to, have a som, and I hope, in a year from now, we're not even talking about this, right? And everybody has a vaccine, and it's good to go. So I don't know.
Developing a wine program, first of all, that's baller. I love that. You're going to make a lot of money out of that room. Meat's good, but wine, if you can do the wine right, that's great. Is that, and this is a question, I guess there's no right answer, but is that a wine neighborhood to you? I think it is.
I mean, there's a lot. The Highlands is still an interesting mix. Like there's some, I think there's some affluent people, there's some younger people. There's so many apartment buildings going up, over just, almost walking distance that I think, but yeah. And especially with the Buy the Glass program, we'll also offer some like 2-ounce pours as far as, now we have to, I think, but no, we were talking about it right now, but we're going to do like, so if you want a pairing, you want to try like a little bit of wine. So, and you want to try like 4 or 5 of them, we might do some tasters or, and like I said, I mean, we might have 16 to 18, like by the glass kind of rotating. So not only for bottles and stuff, but I mean, for pairings, I think, yeah. And I don't know. I mean, when you see a bunch of wine in the middle of the dining room, it makes me want to drink wine. I don't know about you.
For sure. From the stream, a gentleman named Fush says, Amos and Marcos are going to crush it. Love those guys. I think that's the consensus. Mark Antonation, jump in, man. What are you seeing?
Is that his mom or is that?
It all sounds great to me. And I mean, it's a great neighborhood. Lots of good restaurants around there. So I just got to wait and see how they do their thing.
Yeah, I can't wait to see how they do their thing. When's the opening date?
We're shooting for August 5th, and if it isn't, it's going to be the week after. We're going to start opening. We're going to stake. Old Major's been closed Monday, Tuesday for dinner. I think they're doing a brunch, but we're going to start with Wednesday through Sunday, and then if it looks like we need to open for dinner Monday, Tuesday, soon we will, but the goal eventually will be 7 days, and then I would like to do brunch as soon as possible. Old Major has always been successful, even, before, during, and after I was here. So I think it's just a cool brunch spot. It's a really cool bar, and especially before the summer ends. And I'd like to start brunch as soon as possible as well. So I think we're deciding. We don't know if we're going to open for brunch first or the Monday, Tuesday night dinner first, and then we'll see if we need to add lunch. But ideally, I'd love to be, a 7-day-a-week restaurant with dinner only and then brunch on Saturday, Sunday, and maybe the industry brunch on Monday.
No better way to get ready than a deadline. I mean, truly.
Yeah.
And it sounds like you set yourself one. Thank you, Chef, so much for showing us around, and we want to check back in with you. And in person, when you open back up, just let us know. We'll be there to rally the troops.
Well, thank you very much for having us on the show.
Thank you.
The call.
Chef.
Thanks, Chef.
Bye.
All right, cool. Well, turning to Mark Antonation now. Mark, thanks for joining us. It's always a pleasure to catch up with you. It's actually, I don't think that I've had the I don't think I've talked to you since before COVID. I think it's been that long.
Yeah, probably. Hopefully you and your loved ones are doing well.
Trying to stay healthy and happy, wearing those masks, and just trying to really promote this and keep people connected in here. And you do such a great job of that all the time. I think we're all fans of what you do here. But what have you been up to since COVID, and how have things changed? And then we'll jump into this new project that you're working on.
Well, yeah, I mean, the work hasn't slowed down for me. It's just changed. So we're trying to make sure that we highlight as many restaurants and their situations as possible. And, I like to get out and talk to people. Most of that's been on the phone, more, just to find out how they're doing. And, hopefully everybody's going to make it through this.
Yeah. Well, and we're seeing a lot of new, a lot of ingenuity and a lot of people doing things. And I said this to Paulina. I said, I do some of my best work when my back's up against the wall. I think we're seeing a lot of people with their backs up against the wall, and you're seeing either the absolute best out of people or the absolute worst out of people. But what it is doing is it's thinning the herd. and offering some opportunity, which we're going to talk to Paulina about. But definitely, I mean, your writing has changed, your approach to things, what people are doing. I mean, what is the theme of really what you're looking for to write about right now? You know, closings. There's a lot of them.
Well, that's the sad side of it, but necessary side. Because we want to keep people informed so that they don't show up somewhere that's closed. But at the same time, that's probably the toughest part of my job.
It is.
But there's still lots of good stuff happening, and like you said, the creativity of people as they try to figure out ways to make money and stay afloat. And then there are people like Amos who are opening right now, and that's great to see, because it means that people still have that creative drive and that spark and staying having hope. And I agree with you. If everybody wears their masks, then we can all get through this sooner and enjoy all these great restaurants.
For sure. Yep.
I'd like to ask Mark. Mark, how long do you think that hold on to the positivity will last? I mean, if we go into this again, if all of a sudden everybody shuts down, do you think that breaks people?
Yeah, that would be really rough if they have to shut down again completely, and hopefully that won't happen. It would be nice to see, leadership at the city and state and federal level figure out ways to, the whole testing, tracing, getting people to be responsible, because it's up to all of us as people to not spread a disease. And that's really easy, not spreading the disease is probably really easy. And some countries have figured it out. Some states and cities have figured it out. So hopefully we can too.
Yeah, I mean, definitely.
And I don't want to get too political.
No, and it really has. It's gotten so polarized that it has become political, and that's exactly where we don't need it to be as a collective, because they're, friends and family. We walk down Main Street. These are the people that we love, and when restaurants and bars become outlawed, restaurant and bar owners become outlaws, and that's not what we're looking to see right now. So I think we're at a very a point in time to where it's going to be a make it or break it. And so as we all, and I encourage any one of you that has a voice, and more these days, a lot of people have voices with social media. I encourage you to use that voice in a very positive way to get out the message that this is a temporary thing. This isn't an infringement upon your rights. Do the right thing. Take it upon yourself to stop the spread. This is an outbreak. And if we can just all use that mentality, we can keep it out of politics. We can keep all of the businesses that we love so much, so that the attrition doesn't affect us to the point of there's no return. And
it's the general public, don't you think, Greg? I mean, we saw it today. We were out visiting some farms, and it's the general public that really almost needs a wake-up, because there's still we went from one side of the street to the other, and it was tell them.
Well, it's different everywhere, but just like in Colorado Springs, Mark, we've traveled the state so much, and we'll jump off of this topic, but we've traveled the state so much to where even in Colorado Springs, you feel a little different. You feel weird wearing a mask because you're an outsider at that point. Even the wait staff is not wearing masks in a lot of cases, which is, it's alarming and it's shocking. So this is our plea to everyone that, hey, listen, from small town America to large city America, just do your part right now. It's a temporary thing. Jumping on to new innovations, Westword. Wow, other than another pop-up, I don't know what you guys could do with your website. You've managed to create more content. Westword is a sensory overload, right? I mean, you get on Westword and you've got things getting tickled and scratched, and you're visually, it's all there. And I'm probably your person one target when it comes to Westword, because I'm there every day trying to see what's up and what's new. And the work that Patty Calhoun's done over the years with her great staff and just developing this
I love her.
centralized location. I know. So, dude, welcome to our new dine-in, takeout, and delivery directory. Take it from there.
Yeah, so this was something that our web development team realized was an opportunity once. So as food writers, me and my team started the online directory just as a static page for takeout restaurants that were doing takeout and delivery. And it was a really valuable tool for readers because it was information that maybe wasn't out there anywhere else. But it was just, a web page. And then in May, when restaurants started opening up again, we switched the focus to restaurants reopening. And during that time, it took some development effort and some behind-the-scenes stuff, but we got an actual searchable database going, so people can go onto our. People can go onto our website. It's westword.com, and then on the left-hand side, there's a food and drink section. So you click that, it opens up, and the guide is the first thing that you'll see at the top there. And once you open the guide, you can search by neighborhood, cuisine type. You can search by the name of the restaurant.
Hey, Joe.
You can search by...
Hey, Jay, Jay, show my screen because I'm going to show this while Mark is talking. And I'm on it. I've already bookmarked this directory. But I'm sorry to interrupt, but go ahead. I'm going to follow along as you talk.
Yeah. You can also narrow it down by if you're looking for takeout, delivery, or dine-in. And once you get to those, say you're looking for a place to dine in, restaurants can fill out a form themselves that they submit, and we'll add that to the database with information about are masks required? Do we have outdoor seating? Have we, spread out our tables? All the things that people might be interested in terms of health and safety. Wow. So whatever the restaurant wants to share with us, then we can share with our readers.
Yeah. Damn you, Westword. I was looking for a theme like this to be able to plug into our website, and it's you must have had somebody write this for you because it's perfect and it's great and it's what you need, and the filters and it's bookmarked on my computer. It's my one-stop shop, but I will be using this as a reference guide. It's great work, and Westword always has the ability to pivot. I mean, throughout the years, going from, I used to wait for actually the Westword to hit the stands, right? And the drop-off.
Yeah.
And then it went down to a week, and I freaked out. I mean, what would it go from? It wasn't a daily ever. It was weekly to a bi-weekly to
it's always been a weekly as far as I know, for the actual physical paper that gets distributed. And which, by the way, I think one of the plus sides of the, everybody having to stay home is that people are reading actual papers more too. So distribution for us actually went up for the print edition.
Do you still have corner stands? I mean, I feel so out. Is there a Westword stand in places still?
Oh yeah, they're all over town.
Are they really?
Yeah.
God, I just don't look around anymore, I guess.
Because you get it online.
I guess so. I stare at the ground when I walk. Just look.
Yeah, grocery stores, fronts of restaurants. Sometimes, restaurants will carry them inside. So there's lots of places to get them. And then online, of course, we put out a lot more content online. I think we're doing 3 or 4 stories a day still, just in food and drink.
Did dispensaries had to have been great. I mean, just a push, right? I mean, thank God for the dispensaries in Westword.
Yeah, marijuana's a booming business in Colorado, and they place ads and they
spend money,
do their part for the economy too. So it's great.
Well, it really changed your guys' back page. I mean,
It did.
I remember when the back page was
from boobs to marijuana.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
it's good stuff. Mark, I gotta ask you, as you're Mr. Federal. The story of you just traveling the whole length, which I still don't believe, but I'll take your word for it. You did all of it. Is Havana the new Federal?
I love Havana Street, and I especially love what the Havana Business Improvement District has been doing. If you go online, they have a website. It's called On Havana Street, and they're just, right now, that Business Improvement District is just really doing everything they can to help businesses survive in their zone. More than just restaurants. Like I focus on restaurants, but there's all kinds of businesses there.
Dude, they're running ads on TV as a food district. I love it. Have you seen them?
Yeah.
Their local commercials?
I have not. I see their Instagram feed and all the good food that they're putting out there. So, it's just everything. Korean fried chicken, taquerias, dumpling places, Ethiopian, American diners. It's just like so much of everything. Almost all of it is amazing.
Yeah, read that.
Yeah, Mr. Gomez on the stream, this commie leftist governor can kiss my ass and try to force a mask on me. Okay, dude, I hope you don't have any small business owners in your family,
Well,
listen, dude, seriously, right?
Well, say something educated to why you feel that way. Don't just say kiss my ass.
I think he's representing that portion of people perfectly.
Yeah,
and thank you for your comment. I think you really represent yourself fairly. Mark Antonation, I love having you on all the time. You are the best in the business, and we're so lucky to have you right here in Denver, Colorado. Just run with class and say hello to Amy, who's equally as good in her right, working right alongside. Has Westword been able to retain both of your services, or are you now one person?
Well, Amy mostly does our Monday and Friday culinary calendar. So, all the events that restaurants are doing, and these days a lot of it is online or to go, and these pop-up things that are happening. She keeps track of that. She does that freelance. She's also got her own job too.
Pay the bills. I get it.
Yeah, for her, it's just kind of a very small part of what we do. But she puts a lot of fun and humor into it. So
we appreciate both.
Hopefully,
of you
people
guys.
like that.
Yeah, from the Antonation War Room in an undisclosed location nowhere near you. It's probably.
I'm plotting world domination behind us, as you can see.
Well, there's no pins in the map yet, so once there's pins there, then I'll start to wonder what's going to go on. Who's next?
Yeah.
Mark, thanks for joining us, as always.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time. Mark Antonation, right?
Gosh, we were having to talk about him in the car today because he's just one of those super fair guys. He's just he's a good guy. Even if he has a bad meal, he's not gonna railroad you. He's gonna say, hey, there's goods and bads, but he's not gonna.
People look forward to when Mark show up at their place, rather than like, I'm sure there's a little bit of that. Mark Antonation's there. I wish somebody would fear me like that. Greg Hollenbach's in here.
I'm terrified.
Get that
of you.
jack off of old fashioned. We will continue on. Paulina, I've been looking forward to this segment coming up here talking with you because I think you hit a home run. What's the best place for people to find this? It's off of Food and Drink. You actually wrote this as an op-ed, or what would you call this?
Yeah, it's just a story. So I sat down with Stephanie Walker. So she's the publisher of Lojai Lifestyle magazine, and I was just saying, hey, if there's something I could do for your readers. I used to live in Lojai, as I mentioned, for over 12 years. I love the restaurants there, and if I could just write something that maybe would be just like a spark of light. As I know, everyone's going through a tough time, but that was my intention.
Spark of light. We need
Yeah.
more sparks of light.
Well, we got a break, right? But I want to hear what your favorite restaurant in Lojai is.
Oh, boy, that's tricky.
You guys hang on to those, and we've got some other things to cover. You're in it for the long haul here, right?
I'm good.
She's good to go. It's refined marketing, and I want people to find – let me see. I'm going to take a link to this, and it's a flip style, actually like a magazine, an online magazine.
Yeah, they have an online magazine. They do have it'll be all over Lojai, I think, by the end of this week, by Friday.
I want you to get a read on it because you can tell you've been doing what you've been doing for a minute.
For a minute, yeah.
You know what I mean? And when you've been doing it for, you start to realize the nuances, and you start to, this is a woman who lives what she does.
Oh, I love it. I don't turn it off.
And when you have that type of passion, there's really not a wrong thought process, but you start betting the odds. This is working more times than not, and I'm starting to see some things. So, when an industry insider starts to see some things and writes about it, you might want to read it.
Pay attention.
You might want to pay attention. All right, we'll break off. We'll come right back. The Modern Eater continues.
Hey guys, it's Rebecca Berry with Hot Schedules powered by Fourth here. And you know what they say, if you can't take the heat, then you should get out of the kitchen. But with Hot Schedules powered by Fourth, we want you in the kitchen while we put out those fires. With Hot Schedules, we help to mitigate risk with HR, payroll, and tax compliance solutions so you can continue to put those plates on the table for your guests. Today's a big day. We're reopening, so call me. Rebecca.berry@fourth.com. That's Rebecca.berry@fourth.com. With Hot Schedules by Fourth, we've got you covered.
Hey, Modern Eater fans. I'm Don Trobo with the Annex by Ardent Mills, and I just wanted to give you a heads up about some of the great things we've got going on locally in the state. We're headquartered right here, and we're working with farmers in the San Luis Valley to bring you amazing Colorado quinoa. It's just like the South American stuff, but grown locally. We've got transitional wheat flour that's grown by farmers in Colorado and surrounding states who are in the process of turning their fields into organic. So we're taking that transitional wheat and turning it into flour, and now it's available for you to cook and bake with. And last but not least, we're now cleaning grain berries in Denver. So things like spelt or wheat berries or pearl barley, those are things that we're now doing right here locally and are available to you. Can't wait to share it with you.
Hey there, Barbecue All-Star. This is your year, so what if you weren't drafted? The only draft you need to be worried about is actually spelled D-R-A-U-G-H-T, and it's adult for the word beer. It's barbecue season, baby. Now get out there and grill your ass off.
Yeah, there we go. It's their summer dinner series. I'm a farmer. What's up, everybody? This is Kaibab Savage, co-founder of Savage Spectrum Winery, home of Sparklet, Palisade's newest premier sparkling wine producer, coming to you live from our vineyard. You can see this beautiful vineyard behind us. We're so happy to pair up with the Modern Eaters for the Summer Dinner Series. Check them out online, summerdinnerseries.com to get your tickets. You can come hang out with us. You can try our latest releases of our Sparklets. It's the perfect aperitif to pair with these amazing creations the chefs are going to bring you. Can't wait to see you guys, hang out with you guys, tell you about our story, get to know you better. Hope to see you there.
Man, that was.
I just had to get hyped up. I just had to get, feeling good.
All right, back at it. And Jay wants to tell you about Aspen Baking Company because he made promises on the show yesterday that he said he would not. So these are that's why I want to document everything on the show with you, Jay. I mean, true, because they would come back if we wouldn't have had that conversation on the show. I didn't say anything.
No, I wrote it down. No, that's what I did.
Aspen Baking.
And
ladies and gentlemen.
Aspen Baking, since 1994, they have baking.
How many breaks are you late on this? Because I wanted you to do it in the first place.
Technically, hold on, I'll tell you.
Would you have done it at all?
Well, let me put my camera on so
would
people
you have
can see the schmuck. No, I would. As a matter of fact, when we came back. So technically, it would be
do you know what a schmuck is?
It would be.
I think it's a piece of skin on a penis.
It would be.
You're calling yourself a...
Yeah, well, then it's perfect.
Is that really what
that's what it means, then it's perfect.
I don't know. But
ladies and gentlemen, your daily installment of the Honeymooners.
It would be, because we started late, so it would be 4:15 is technically when I'm supposed to do it.
Wait, but didn't I ask you to do it the first?
Yeah, you asked me to do it first. Yeah. But as far as what I have it scheduled, in this, which is different.
You love bread.
I do love bread, and I love Aspen Baking to be specific, whether it's focaccias, hoagies, bear claws,
it's
sourdoughs.
It's not that, though, because a lot of people offer those.
Batard. Paulina, do you know what a batard is? Do you know what a batard is?
I do not.
It's a shape of a bread, of an oval loaf of bread, oblong.
Like
no
a French
chemicals.
baguette.
There's no
Like a
chemicals
French baguette.
in
Oh,
batards.
okay.
There's no chemicals in Aspen Baking's batards or dyes or the harmful stuff that you don't want in your body.
No.
You can order it online.
Any
You
preservatives?
can order it direct. No chemicals, no dyes, no preservatives. Gluten, butter, sugar, and love. Amazon Fresh. If you're an Amazon lunatic, you can get down. Rome sausage.
Do you like bread, Paulina?
They're boxed
I
lunches.
told you I started making my own challah, so I love bread.
Boxed lunches.
Yeah, Jay, what if can I get a box lunch?
Well, I mean, listen, how long do you guys want this thing to go?
Well.
Forever.
Tell it goes.
Forever. I love Aspen Baking.
So do I. Do you love aspenbaking.com?
Yes.
Do you love the hashtag How's Your Aspen?
I do. And how has it been? Mine's been good.
Yeah.
Tired?
Get your petards. I feel great today.
1900, the year of our Lord, 1994, Aspen Baking has been baked. They don't freeze their bread too. I don't know if you know
that's a
this
big
or
thing,
not,
yeah.
but it's
Grocery
a lot of restaurants around town, wherever you're eating bread, there's a chance it's been frozen. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But not from
Like
Aspen Baking.
100%.
That's big
chance,
news,
pretty much.
yeah.
Well, not 100%, but it's up there. A lot of people are freezing bread, and truth be told, you shouldn't.
Everything at the grocery store has been frozen.
It's aspenbaking.com.
You did. That was fine. I like that.
I know. You're right. You're right.
Even with all the hecklers out here.
He was probably thinking about that last night, knowing that
knew
I
you
would mess it up.
Knew you wouldn't.
And he
even
was like,
come
he was
near.
queuing up his sarcasm last night, going like, when this dude F's this, what do I want to use? Do I want to use?
Oh, he has a page of
this?
notes over there. What are you talking
Do
about?
I want to use that?
In studio today, Studio Kitchen, Colorado, Paulina Szafranski. What do you think of our little kitchen here?
I love it. I think it's so authentic.
Little studio. We've had a lot of fun in here, a lot of memories. We called it an incubator of ideas in here.
It's just evolving.
Lots of passions come through here.
Well, it's really, I think, one of the best networking
Yeah.
opportunities in town because everyone we associate with is in food, beverage. It's
Product,
just,
people, or service.
Yeah.
Boom.
I mean, and so you get to come to a place like this normally, not inside of COVID right now. I mean, now we're saving this for our summer dinner series, which you can find out more about that at summerdinnerseries.com.
7 tickets left, I heard.
Seven dinners.
Oh,
7 dinners.
Yeah, so we got a couple tickets left, but there they are on the wall. We've got some good chefs lineup.
Well, I had many chefs say you guys picked the A-list this year, and that's flattering.
We stumbled
I mean,
into it,
yeah,
really, because these are just friends of ours, and we just want to tell stories. And speaking of stories, what's your story? I called you like a living legend, which I don't want to do that to anybody. That's a high one to hold up to. But when it comes to marketing, you've done some great things here.
I've been doing marketing in Denver specifically for 20 years, 20 plus years.
Where does the time go?
So, and that was like consecutively.
Yeah, what'd you start out doing?
Oh, well, first I was a greeter. How it started was I was in college and I was a greeter at Tommy Tsunamis, which was owned by Larimer Square.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so then I met the owner of Lotus Concepts, and I was just in school about to graduate, and I started doing marketing straight from the get-go.
What'd you go to school for?
English and fine arts.
Is that right?
I wanted to be a writer or an artist.
But a lot of those things actually are applicable to
They
some
are.
of these- yeah.
I love design. I love art. I love writing.
Yeah.
So, and all copy.
Communication. And
Never get
writing
sick
with
of
people.
copy.
Hey,
Yeah.
you're a good writer. You really are.
It's a passion.
And there were, 5 laid out succinct points that we're going to cover in this article out of food and drink. But I'm fascinated.
No, so just from a really young age, I was so fortunate to have a platform. Who gets a platform when they're 20? And so, the first 5 years I wasn't taken very seriously with media, but it was great. It was a great, humbling learning lesson, and there weren't a lot of concepts back then, so everybody had a learning curve. So that's what I'm grateful for as well.
So what were people wanting back then? Restaurant, just to basically, come on, Paulina, get people in the door.
It was more lifestyle, too. People took it very seriously. That was an outlet. That's what you got dressed up for. You looked forward the whole week. We are so blessed right now in Denver with the great restaurant concepts. It wasn't like that back then. There'd maybe be 4 or 5 restaurants at one time that were really popular. So it was a big deal. It was a big responsibility. So it automatically was more of a family dynamic. All the restaurateurs knew each other.
Sure.
You called each other.
Think of the name of the game 20 years ago. Your tools were a lot less.
A lot less.
A lot. I mean, really. Just
Nobody did email marketing.
Seriously, like a Rolodex, business
Yeah.
cards, the flip thing, your phone.
No social media.
No social media.
Well, but
right?
it was just good food. I mean, and think about it. It was old restaurants in town that were like the real game. And then you had like microbrews that started popping up in the 90s. And that was
what the
changed
deal
the
was
restaurant
is you
scene.
wanted to try and take market share from those, however you could
The
shuffle
big
them.
one, yeah. And usually
so-
did it with personal connections and, maybe a hipper concept. So you'd get a younger demographic and people that wanted to feel that they were kind of in the know.
You know who? Someone who was really great at that is Matty Donovan. Remember Matty Donovan? He was
I
a
love
shotgun.
yeah,
man.
such a nice guy.
That was the dude that he always had a card ready
But we
for
were all
you to
friends.
do something. Yeah, absolutely. So Matt this is how far I go back. He used to manage a bar on Leetsdale called Alibis. It was a rock
That I
and
don't
roll
remember.
bar.
Gosh.
And Matt had hair down to here. I mean, you just never thought that was bad.
That was Jimmy's,
And
right before
it was
it was
across the
Jimmy's.
street from
Okay, yeah,
Jimmy's,
right
but
there.
his
Yeah.
name was Matt Myers. And then Matt Donovan came when he met the Donovans, and I don't know how that happened, but the Donovan, and then in Glendale, and as you know, Glendale is the Donovans, and but Matt, he was one of those guys to where he was electric, and he knew how to mobilize people.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, he had a gift.
And the people that had that, I think they just stayed in it and we used it to our platform and we ended up monetizing it.
But being that gun, that allowed you to be kind of this juggernaut on your own, to where you could move to one spot to another and still have the positioning with people to be able to.
People trusted the concepts that were opened in that company.
Let me throw a left curve. Who do you think's doing the best marketing in town right now? Who do you think's
there's
like
so
getting
many
their
people.
message out?
You know what? I love the Tavernetta group.
Okay.
Those guys, even from like the Pizzeria Locale, I just love what they're doing. I think it's very genuine. I think they're very invested.
Well, Bobby's.
He
he's
terrifies me.
Yeah,
every time.
he's-
Just because he's so sharp and smart and put together and handsome, and like you'd think, please be a fall down drunk. No,
He's
got it all. He's got the business. Didn't get him.
No,
he got the business.
Yeah, and I'm really impressed with Juan Pedro.
Juan Pedro's
another.
star.
Like I love when I meet with these restaurants and they're just authentic. You can tell they don't turn it off. They live and breathe it, and they're there every day. They're living there, and they're talking to the staff, and they're seeing what people want. So that's what makes a big point. Comes across for me.
So now everything's disrupted. The only thing that's certain is uncertainty. People are starting, and we talk about this, and we'll dive into the article. And it's restaurant marketing tips during and after COVID-19. Because listen, it is different. But we started out and we were just talking that a little bit. But how to go from, and I think a lot of mistakes from restaurant operators and restaurateurs is your customer has been converted into a mailing list or a number or just a graph. Who's coming in? Like, let's look at our app. How are sales? Who is this?
And they're also equating the numbers to success, where they might not necessarily. You might have, 100,000 followers, but if your lunch and dinner business isn't, or maybe it's not the right demographic that you want to bring in. You're trying to get more families in, and you're only getting happy hour, et cetera. I think you want to look at reality and be honest with yourself, and not just that you're hitting all the numbers.
Yeah. Now, a new operator would connect with Joe and Ann and engage with them and cultivate that, and somehow
because they'd have to.
Because they'd have to, right? But now we're seeing even the most stable or seemingly stable of situations turns into that. Well, you better get to know Joe and Ann again.
Well,
Right?
Greg,
What's the importance of that?
Yeah, well, and let me ask too on that. Don't you think it's weird? People have the ability now. Every restaurant, you tap into their Wi-Fi, they have captured your email address.
Yeah, but what are you doing with? How are you?
That's what
approaching
I'm saying.
that?
That's why I wanted to
to
piggyback onto your question.
A lot of people do absolutely nothing with it, even though they set that fee. I'm just telling you from the audits that I do, and the first thing they'll say, well, we have this amazing database, and it's authentic, it's generated the right way. We have no idea what to do with that.
Is it fear of rejection, do you think?
No, I think it's no.
Not
I
knowing
think
what
it's
to
a
do with
tech
it?
thing. Yeah, I think they think it's a lot more complicated, and that once you commit to it, they have so much on their plate. Once they commit to it, then they have to send it out again and again and again. So I think it's more that than
so
the rejection.
3 things for folks to say, okay, here's how across the board you can Is that me? Somebody here. That's
It's
probably
not me.
Hello. It's probably my mom. She's checking in on me. I got a good night's sleep last night. It's showing. Maybe if we have time, we'll talk about that. But 2 or 3 things that people can do right now to reach that customer directly. You're probably going to start with like Instagram messages and looking and seeing who's commenting on your stuff. Who are they, and how can you?
Yeah, and
engage
I would also look and be creative how you could ask for feedback from guests. Like I said, I think it was just literally asking, even if it's a survey or an Instagram story, like, hey, do you feel comfortable coming back in for dine-in, or what does that look like? And start those conversations. Maybe they're in person. I think people will appreciate having that platform to tell you what they feel comfortable with, or I wish dine-in was easier, or your pickup takes too long. Give them a chance to give you feedback,
So great
especially
point.
right now.
How do you touch a table? Because that's a thing. That's a thing, touching a table or getting with your customer. How do you do that when we're supposed to have less touch points and less interaction right now with your customer? We're encouraging restaurants to have, it's like drop your water off. Your server has a very limited role these days. How do you convey that and touch a table in this very modern world with COVID?
Well, I think right now, too, a lot of people are going to the menu on their iPads. So there's an opportunity. They're doing something with the iPad. Give them a survey right there at the table to do, or follow up with that email. If they've never sent one, just do a quick survey. You don't have to write a whole newsletter. And just ask them. Or the most impressive would be if somebody actually emailed for that email, hey, I'm the owner, just curious, and send it to a couple people and see what happens.
Yeah.
I think the worst thing to do is do nothing.
Or a little something of like, hey, did you know? One of the things that Jeff Bezos did from Amazon is amazing. Is number one, connecting with the customer and having the ease of doing business with each other once you have that relationship, but that ability to upsell. And a lot of times when the customer's comfortable with you and they know they're going to have merely just the offer, just to ask of something.
I agree.
Just putting it in front of somebody and saying, hey, listen, I hope you're having, but did you know? And just taking that little extra step of that did you know could turn into that 10% on the bottom line that you were hoping that you had.
Well, wouldn't it be so easy, all those people that you said with those massive databases, it would be so easy to test one of those by just putting out a 15% coupon to everyone and say, hey, everyone on this list, come and do takeout and get 15%, 20%, make it so good that people are going to do it. But it'd be interesting to see something like so small.
And I think even if they don't want to do a coupon, like the 50% off, the takeout for alcohol. Like even when he was talking about the wine cellar, I'm hoping he's also implementing, hey, let's just assume that we're still going to be able to do takeout alcohol with those amazing bottles of wine, and just have an actual plan for that and do something like that. Then you're informing people you're still doing that. That's a big thing. That might not go away for a while.
Oh, yeah. Well, another year it's been extended. But one of the things is we see services like Uber. What are they selling? They're selling time. They're making ease of people's time. If you can just recognize that this is a world to where people really value their time and they don't want the runaround, they want the sure shot and somebody that they can trust. Once you have that trust and you can sell ease of time, you don't need a coupon. You don't need a free drink. You don't need a gimmick. You just need somebody relying on you that you know how to do business, you know how to do it well, and you can expedite it and give them what they want. People pay for that right now.
And now I think they need to trust you. So the more organized and the more information you give them and opportunities, they trust you.
Comfort's big right
now.
now.
And you should say again what you said before. I thought before the show we were having a discussion about sharing with your customer, because the customer doesn't know. Just because we're all in the restaurant and food and beverage industry.
We assume that everyone is checking
Hang
out.
that point. I love that point. We'll break off on that. Also, Jay, grab my computer, sir, if you would, and I'll give you 1 minute until break, Jay. One minute in exactly 60 seconds. We're going to go to break, Jay, if you don't mind.
Let me start
Here's
my
the
clock.
computer.
Let's record now.
Please leave the fucking store.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay, that's harassment. I'm filing charges.
Getting kicked out. All right, so, listen, we're going to have this discussion. There's another show going on the stream right now, and it's these guys talking, and we'll have the discussion. You guys stick around, and this is the A topic right now. Truly, a lot of business people tune in for the show just for that. And on the replay, SummerDinnerSeries.com, all your tickets. We want to feed you all summer long. and we'll show you how to do things in a safe, responsible environment. We want to show the world. We do things right here in Colorado. We'll continue with Paulina Szafranski, and her business is refined marketing. And you guys on the stream that want to have this conversation, you stick around, and we might even put a Zoom link out there so that you can join the show and sound off without a mask. Some of you. Wear your masks, people. Brett Reynolds, he says, I have a real issue with the governor and his mandates, but I absolutely support a business owner's right to refuse service if they require guest shoppers to have a mask. Brett, it's that easy, man. Yeah. You're thinking clear. Yeah. You're the man.
Thank you. That's rational talk.
It is.
Just like, listen.
Reuven, dude, here's his comment again. I don't live a fearful life. If you're afraid of COVID so much, keep your ass at home. Stay home. No, dude. No. Just want to be, Well,
I want to still be able to do what I need to do.
Wear a mask. It's a mask. It's an inconvenience right now.
Well, like we said, that doctor that gave you a surgery ever, would you like the paramedic that saves you out of your car?
And Reuven, I mean, it's inconvenience when your wife tells you to sleep on the couch too, right? Because I'm sure you get a lot of that. All right, we'll be right back. The Modern Eater Show continues.
Hi, I'm Charlie Gottenkenny, brewmaster at Brews Beers. Our all-new Abbey 4-pack contains the main products of Abbey and Trappist breweries in Belgium. So with the 4-pack, you'll get a single, a double, a triple, and a quadruple. One of each. Most monastery breweries will make 2 to 4 of these. Some of them make all 4. And American craft breweries like Brews that specialize in Belgian beers will make multiple versions of the Big 4 throughout the year. So where can you get an Abbey 4-pack? Well, you can get it at either Brews location, 67th and Pecos in Midtown, or in the East Colfax neighborhood at Colfax and York. You can also find them at fine liquor stores throughout the Denver area. So get yours today and take home some Belgian-style badassery.
Hey guys, it's Brian Rizzuto with Encore Energy, the guy who saves your businesses money on natural gas. I know these are crazy, crazy times right now, so while your business is working on increasing your sales, let me work on saving you guys money on your natural gas. I make it as easy as possible. Just provide 12 months worth of natural gas bills to me. I'll do the rest. I know you're really busy, so let me get to work for you. You can reach me at 720-245-5771. I look forward to hearing from you guys, and let me try to save you some money in these crazy times. Bye.
We started Meridian Spirits because we love the way that spirits and cocktails can bring people together to socialize, to bond, to have conversations. Well, right now we've got some big conversations to have. Coop Vodka and Coop Gin are available at liquor stores across the metro area, but if you can't find us or would like to have us behind your bar or at your restaurant, send us an email, info@meridianspirits.com. We know things are a little different these days, but think of us the next time you're planning a virtual happy hour or a socially distant picnic. And keep an eye on our social media, Coop by Meridian, for all the latest and greatest.
Hey, Dave Thibodeau here. Hey, friends of the Modern Eater, this is Dave Thibodeau from Ska Brewing and Peach Street Distillers. I wanted to let you know that our new brew distillery is up and running again in Boulder, and we've got a great selection of Ska beers, nearly 30 on tap. We've also got all of our Peach Street spirits available, a great mixology program that we brought down from the Western Slope and Palisade. We're open limited hours, Wednesday through Friday from 3 to 10. And then we open up earlier at 10 a.m. on Saturday and Sunday and get some brunch action rolling. We have 2 great patios. Socially distanced seating is available. And you can always check for more information at scastreet.com and hope we become your new favorite neighborhood spot. And I'd like to meet you there in the not too distant future for a beer or a drink soon. So take care, be healthy, and stay strong. And I'll talk to you later.
Hi guys, it's Cody Ann from Aspen Baking Company. We specialize in fresh, preservative-free, amazing bread. But with all the food news, go right here to the Modern Eater.
Okay, there you go. Let's record now.
Please leave the fucking store.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay, that's harassment. I'm filing charges.
Man, I hate conversation. It gets my heart
It
racing.
makes me uncomfortable. I was just
Doesn't
thinking,
it?
I'm like, I get
Yeah, feel
uncomfortable.
uncomfortable. Yeah, and so I mean, make no mistake, you don't ram people with your cart, you know, and probably don't want to confront people either. You don't know what anybody's up to or if they're packing or anything else. You know, it's a crazy
but
world
people
out
get
there.
crazy. Yeah, I mean, everyone is crazy right now in some respects.
We're going to play you more of that video. That's a video here in Denver, in Lakeside Molly's, and it's gone viral. It's a viral video right now. People sharing it around. They couldn't have come at a more poignant time than the governor announcing today that there's a statewide mandate to wear your masks. People are sounding off on the stream, and we will cover this topic here in the next segment. But right now we have the opportunity to catch up with Paulina Szafranski. And I love this piece. It is just so well written, and I can't wait for other people to read this too. We'll put it out on the Modern Eater Facebook page so you can follow along. But in the meantime and in between time, we're just lobbing them up for you. Before the break, we're going to see how good you are at this, Brian. Do you remember what you set up?
Yes, I do.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So what we were talking about is before the show, there was this concept of informing and being more proactive as a restaurateur, because people don't know what we know. We live, breathe all this every day. I know food like it's, you know, I know what's going on the farms. But that's my little world. That's my little microcosm of my slice. When someone comes to our restaurant or a restaurant, they don't know what we know.
And they want transparency. They want to feel comfortable, one, that they're not doing the wrong thing. So it is a little confusing. You need to have the mask on when you come in, but then you can take it off, or you were able to take it off when you were sitting down. So it's confusing. And people, you know, I see the hesitation as they're approaching the door. And if there's not a sign printed, and especially before on the restaurant, which you talked about, I think there's confusion. So sometimes the people that are not even trying to break the rules don't know the rules. So I would just say,
not trying to ruffle the feathers. And they may not have even been out of the house. I mean, you just don't know.
No.
They could have stepped off of the turnip truck.
Well, but in their first time out to a restaurant.
And so you're just saying, be clear.
Be clear, and I think that also helps them feel comfortable walking in. They see the rules, they read it, and they feel like Pizzeria Locale has a sign on their thing that just says, no mask, no pizza.
Yeah.
Easy. It doesn't have to be complicated.
You get it.
Just give them enough that they understand how to walk through your door.
Yeah.
Don't assume that everyone...
There was like a New York City liquor store, bodega, that had, I'm paraphrasing, but it's something like, you don't wear a mask, get your ass out. You got your money, no cash. I don't want your dirty bra money. You know, it's just clear of exactly what. And if you have a problem with any of this, get the 5 times out of here and don't let the door hit you in the ass, you know. And not to be that harsh, but seriously, some people need direction, and I don't think that that's a bad thing to do either. One of the things that jumped out at me at this piece is something I watched people very closely, and that is upping your skill set. I am so proud of you because you even listed the things that you're doing up, even up and above with teaching yourself graphic design skills. You probably saw on here that I make my design.
No,
you
I didn't.
You didn't see that? But
No.
it's like you have to learn these, make yourself more valuable, right?
Agree. And you know what? Why not? Like, even if you suck at it
Yeah.
and you try it and still suck, you learn something. You'd be surprised. And maybe
Totally.
you're supposed to learn something out of that takes you to the next step.
Well, and I would say that to everyone, if anyone, period. I mean, whether in the restaurant business, whether you're an owner or not, you should continually try to improve yourself because, listen, the world's changing. If you speak Spanish, you're a better asset to a lot of people, and you're going to get further in life. You speak any other language, quite honestly, you're going to get further in life. There's so much.
You should have, or hopefully you still are working to come out of COVID with 2-3 new skills and a side hustle. Really?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you got to do to make it.
I mean, I don't know about further in life if you speak another language necessarily. I mean, it
Oh,
doesn't.
you Hi, Jay. How are you
Hi,
been?
Jay.
It doesn't hurt.
What have you been up
but-
to, Jay?
but I don't know about life.
Oh, no, you will get farther in life.
Hey, Jay, you
listen,
remember what
at
I
least
asked-
you'll know when people are talking trash about you in the room.
Well,
you know, we
no,
have that
listen,
conversation
I'm not saying
today.
it hurts. I'm just saying, I don't know if I agree 100%. Like, if you speak another language, you will get further in life because there are plenty of people that speak 3 languages and are on the street and drug addicts and everything.
Oh, yeah, because you know a lot of those guys, Jay. Jay's been interviewing the homeless lately.
Here's Jim. He's strung out, but he speaks Mandarin.
Some people can ask for money in a couple different languages, all right?
That's probably true, my man.
It is true. I'm not making it up.
Jay, do you remember what I asked you to do in this segment?
God.
You promised me up and down.
Today?
Yes,
we had
Jay.
this conversation?
It's important, Jay. Focus.
What's this segment,
I'm just
though?
playing, man. I just wanted to
That's not, I remember one time, and this is just hell and gone from what you're talking about, but I remember one time Greg called me in the morning, and it was this early on when, I'm still afraid of him in a certain sense, and don't take that the wrong way. He's just the boss. You're always a little bit afraid of the boss, But it was early on to where it's like I didn't even know what radio was or marketing or anything else, and I have a terrible memory, and I'm complacent about certain things, so I'm not the best employee in the world. And so something had happened to where I missed something. We were supposed to go somewhere, and you're like, dude, where are you at? And I'm like, what? And like, and he called me in the morning one day, and he's like, all he said was something about like, I'm here. Where are you?
Oh, that was great.
And it was like, I don't know, early. 8 o'clock for us is early.
Yeah, you were probably drinking then, too.
Yeah, I was drinking days, so I'm drunk or hungover. And I'm like, and I'm jumped out of my bed, man, and I have no idea what he's talking about, where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, just kidding.
And he was like, man, I'm just messing with you, but because of the other day. And I'm like, oh, God.
It worked. Zach Christopherson, he owns Chain Reaction Brewing Company. And boy, breweries, talk about having to change up, huh? Where is Zach's comment? It was a big old. Oh, here it is. I haven't read this, so if I stumble through it, Zach, it's your fault because you can't write, but you might be able to. It has been so important for us to use the power of social media to engage with people, asking questions of how they are doing. What are you drinking? What's your first memory of Chain Reaction? Good stuff, Zach. All the different kinds of things to engage and virtually, in quotes, create that across-the-bar conversation that so many customers are missing. Yes, Zach, you get it. Sometimes it is so much bigger than just the food and beer. It's a mix of that personal experience that people come and make our establishment part of their lives in good and bad times.
I love that.
Yeah. Dude, that's right on.
Yeah, he's such a great guy.
I cry at the weirdest stuff now, man. Like a shampoo commercial. Family get
Don't
together.
steal my shampoo commercial line.
You didn't say the shampoo commercial.
They're both going through menopause together, which is super special.
You could cry. Yeah, you could kill someone in front of me, and I'd probably be fine. Just watch it or whatever, and then something like that. I'll start crying.
That was beautiful.
It's a little kid going, but why, Papa, or something like that, and you're like, oh my God, I have a dad.
So here's something for you, and I saw this in media, Paulina. For us to do what we're doing right here in Studio Kitchen, 20 years ago, you'd have to be multi-millionaires to be able to afford the top-of-the-line equipment to go do a switchboard like Jay. Wait till you see the production. You go home tonight and you're hanging out and you look at it, you go, hey, man, that's great. That's not too damn. But that would have taken and so with the advent of technology and the internet, and whatever the case was for that may have been, media's playing field totally changed, and we can disseminate content. We own the radio station, we own the TV station, we own all the gear that goes along with it. We can turn on whenever we want to and reach people whenever we want to, however we want to, with the message of whatever we want to. So that gets the big boys shaking in their boots. Like, how are we valuable at the end of the day with our sponsorship money? Like, and it's a numbers game. Now we can quantify and show numbers. But that playing field being evened out, we're seeing a lot of that right now just in business and in restaurants in particular. It's kind of a daunting thing for people that are established. You're going to have to, someone's on your tail. They want to get you. My thing is by the time anybody catches us, I want to be gone. And right now, this is the best time forever for all you hustlers out there hitting the streets, trying to get up during the day and say, you can make a difference right now with you and your business and whatever you want to present to the world. But I think that's a great point that you put there.
And I think it's a fresh start where it's all going to pivot. And if you're just having those conversations, even in your head or with your employees and your coworkers and your contemporaries, the solutions are there to problems we don't even know we might be facing. But if you're having those conversations and you're present, it's going to come to you.
And so much about business. I was going to ask you, do you ever talk to business owners about culture that they're creating inside? Because I think that that's also part of marketing.
I don't. The conversation I've been having in my head is how even for new restaurants, when they rehire, the staff, what new incentives and things and safeguards are they going to be looking for?
Mm-hmm.
Like the professional bartender that's been bartending for 10 years, like, he doesn't have a severance package. He doesn't, what new things is he going to look for that restaurant? So those are the conversations I've been having in my head.
How can it go back to being a career rather than a transient job?
Correct.
In service industry. And that's a tough thing, and that's where we're looking at, the minimum wage increase and tipped employees. And those were all the topics pre-COVID. These were the things that we were talking about, and we'll get back to them. Trust me.
Do you miss some of those old restaurants?
Restaurants?
The old guys that were that way. Because I know a restaurant on Colfax, and you got to know it, Colfax in Colorado. Remember that old
Colfax in Colorado?
A little, even I think it was a little even further east, almost closer to.
Well, the Normandy. So where?
Yeah, that no, it wasn't the Normandy. It was another one. It's there for 50 years. Some of the best escargot. It was like a French restaurant over there.
It was the Normandy.
It was at the Normandy?
Yeah.
Been there forever. But they knew you. You walked in. They knew your name. They remembered you. You felt like that a potager.
Great Beef Wellington?
Yes.
That was the Normandy.
Yeah, that was the Normandy. And those restaurants, do you miss? There's part of me that
I think there's still a lot of that. I'm hoping it's coming.
I think that culture's still around. Yeah. I think right now, everyone as a humanity, we're looking for that connection, just in our neighbors. Yeah. And I just feel it. I feel it from my neighbors. I feel it from people on the street. Like you said, people are smiling more. People are, authentically hey, can I help you? Even with the mask, I feel like, so to your point, I think it is out there. And I think more of it, we'll see more of it.
See more of it?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, the conversation I always have is I think what's going to be left is the good restaurants. And I think the good purveyors. And it's not that some of them weren't good, but I think we were in a place, Denver was a place that
so blessed with so many.
Anyone could throw up a sign. You made a decent taco. You made a decent piece of pizza. You'd have business. But now it can't just be decent. It has to be a step above.
I read a quote by Mark Cuban at the beginning of all this that said this will be a defining moment for all business. What you do during this time as a business restaurateur, owner, is a defining moment. So everybody is watching, and everybody is.
Yeah. We've seen it. We've seen people just really excel during these times, and we've seen people go to ground.
Well, what do you think about the wall of shame that we found today? That's scary. Did you look at that on the web? I sent you that web page.
Oh no, I haven't looked at that yet. But no, is that a topic maybe we can hit tomorrow?
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Lastly, just to put a ribbon around this one, Brian, you wanted to ask Paulina her favorite Lojai restaurant.
Yes. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yours is the Bindery, isn't it?
I like Linda.
Yeah, and good food.
I love the Bindery too. I loved Postino's. So back to the wine. Is there a wine culture? Yes, there is a wine. Look at Postino's. Yeah, that did great. I really loved Lojai Steak Bar. They had a great little steak special on happy hour. So you could get this little filet steak, grilled steak, and it was so inexpensive. So because I lived right there, that was my guilty pleasure to get the frites and the steak.
Once you find your groove, Once you find
that was my go-to when I lived there. That was my little pleasure.
Pleasure talking about this article. It was just a lovely
thank you so
article.
Much.
And here's what I want to encourage you: don't stop.
Okay.
Keep doing it. Yeah. And maybe, just maybe, we got a pretty cool website, themoderneater.com. If you've ever liked to write an op-ed for us, we'd love to publish it.
I would love it.
That would be cool.
Love that.
And maybe on a semi-regular basis.
Whatever you need.
All right, every day. No.
Okay. Let's back up.
Whatever you need.
I just learned my lesson.
That's right. Easily, because I will ask. Here's the poll for today. Are you going to follow the governor's order and wear your masks in public? Who wants to do a guess of what? We'll just do a split on percentages. Go ahead, Brian.
It's not fair. I saw it.
I saw it too. So we're 2 on.
But I would.
What is it? What are you seeing?
I see 71-29.
Yeah, you do.
My eyes are, they're really bad. But that's
the doctor we talked to yesterday. He said 90%. We need everybody in 90%. This poll, I'm optimistic with this poll because I think that it's a start.
Yeah,
it's a real good start. The 29%. Hey, Jay, you want to throw today's Zoom meeting link into the stream and see if anybody. Let's go fishing. Let's see.
Well, but I'll tell you, it's almost
out there.
representative, Greg. That the poll is almost representative of our comments, because if you look through our comments, we've got a couple people that are like, hell no on mask.
Denver's pretty
and
sophisticated.
then the rest of people are like, no, we're wearing a mask. And so, it is interesting. I mean, and it's people's feeling about, is the government infringing upon our rights?
I hate that it's turned into that. I
know,
really do.
Because it should just be, we're just doing it to be safe. But and then even some of the people are saying, well, is this not the what do they call that, purge? Is this not what they say, who came up, the strongest will survive? Yeah. Kind of natural selection is the word I was looking for. And hell, that's right. A little bit brutal.
Jay threw out a link there. Hit that link. And also I want to jump in here. I want to find that article that Paulina has, because I can throw that in the link as well. Where is there it is, pages. Is that what I want?
Yeah, I do, though, think we're lucky and fortunate in Denver, because I think we have, like Greg and I and Jay traveled all over the state. We saw much different. You go out to the Western Slope. There's a different feeling, and it's city to city.
But in Paonia, man, pig farmer Toby McPartland was like, hey, man, I'm doing this social distancing thing here.
And in a way, he was almost the last person. I just wanted
to go inside and lay down for a little while. I don't know why he had a problem with that.
But he was honestly the last person that I would have thought that would have been taking that.
Truly, you think rural Colorado, some of the ranchers and farmers are like, hey. But no, some of the farmers and ranchers that we came across, they were very clear, and we're very respectful for that as well. And I think you guys should be too, and let's let Jay. I'd love to hear from you on this, and we'll get into the deal. But you're a big proponent of, if you own a private establishment, you can dictate if you want people to wear a wig. And you're not going to serve them with it. Go for it, man.
Well, it's like, okay, so what spawned the conversation today was seeing the video from Molly Spirits where the people are freaking out and the lady pushing the cart. It's like, here's where I'm at. I mean, I personally don't really like the idea of this lady not wearing a mask, that sort of thing. And I don't know what Molly's policy is. I don't know what's on the door. But if I own a bar, like let's just take a bar, liquor store, restaurant, whatever you want it to be, and it's mine, and I decide there's a dress code, I will expect you as a patron to come in to obey my dress code, whatever it is. For example, a lot of restaurants downtown have a no, and clubs have a no hat policy, right? If you can't wear a hat. And if you do I worked at a place and ran a place to where you could wear a hat, but it had to be straight forward or straight backwards. You couldn't wear it off to the side because statistically that dictates gang and whatever. And a lot of downtown places do the tattoo thing, and you can't wear you can't have hand tattoos or neck tattoos or face tattoos in my bar because I own it. I'm of the opinion that if it's your bar and you want a dress code,
short of race, religion, and creed,
exactly, then you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
If you say I have to wear white shoes to come into your place and I don't have to wear white shoes,
you may not have any business, but you can do
right,
it.
Exactly. You may run it into the ground, which is
and this
obviously
is coming
a stretch.
from the guy who, if he won the lottery, he wanted to buy a bar and call it Lotto Bar.
Lotto Bar.
And just for the
express intent of running it out of business by telling people what's on my mind in the service business. Because if you spend as many years as I have in the service business, then you understand to where it's like when the lady says she gets her salad and she's like, and this is more geared towards to the rude people of the world, right? Send this back. I'm allergic to tomatoes. If you're at Lotto Bar, if you're a server or bartender of mine, or if I'm there, what I say
to
you,
go for sure, Jay.
What I say to you is like, hey, listen. Here's something for you. If you ordered a salad and you're allergic to tomatoes, wouldn't you think that you might say something to me about that before I have them make it?
Now get out.
Not necessarily get out.
Oh, you get another chance.
You get to
you get the verbal beration.
At Lotto Bar, you're encouraged to speak your mind. Yes. You can't make stuff up and just be like, I hate you because I hate you. It has to be.
Have a point.
You have to have a reason when somebody says,
are those nachos good?
Now listen, that might be there's a lot of gray area at Lotto Bar, right? So you might be like, well, what
is
do you
there
mean by
cheese
good?
For every nacho? Is it evenly dispersed?
So here's what's encouraged. It's like, dude, do you want nachos or you don't want nachos? Like, say yes or no to nachos or get out. That's Lotto Bar, and hopefully
How
it'll
come
go
you
out of
charged
business.
me for this side of ketchup?
Because U.S. Foods charged me for ketchup when I ordered it. That next question.
Next question.
You know, and if there's any pushback, you know, obviously I have monster door guys that are 10 feet tall and all carrying mace and billy clubs. You know, then it's like you know, you don't want to get out. Well, then just get out. And I plan, you know, when I win the lottery, I plan on putting about $200K into this. You know, and I make it look decent, and then just run it into the ground.
I think there might be a lot of room for Paulina in that discussion.
I think he's manifesting by himself. I don't think
she's like, Jay, you're the client I don't want.
Well, he'd be the easiest client.
Listen, I'm not.
You want me to just send out an email today telling everybody to go after themselves?
But listen, man, I know that it's fun to joke about, but that's not where it comes from. Like, it comes from a real place of when somebody said, and this is terrible for Paulina's business, I understand, but it's like the customer is not always right. I mean, I'm sorry. They're just not. In fact,
Rarely.
It's more the other way. It's more the customer's wrong all the time because when a customer generally has a problem, unless the said business already is insane, right? It's usually the customer because they're pissed off about something that's either out of my control, right? Like a hair in the food, right? Let's use that as a great example. A hair in a food, right? No restaurant owner, no sane restaurant owner in the world wants a hair to come out in anybody's food, right? But for a guest to be upset at the server or at the cook, to be like physically upset at somebody like I did something to you on purpose, in my mind is a little bit crazy to where it's like, do you want to see it? God, no, you don't want to see it. And you're totally entitled to that meal for free, a new meal for free.
Well, how does the hair always show up 3/4 of the way through the steak?
Well, I mean, listen, man, don't even get me on a tangent about stuff because there are tangents. But I'm just saying the basic issue of like a hair in somebody's food. It's like, listen, man, you know, I went to community college. I worked 70 hours a week. I'm trying to pay my bills and stuff. Like, I didn't put a hair in your food. I'm sorry. I'll give you this. You want a beer? I'll make it right. But it's the people that when you try to make it right, whatever the problem is, hair in your food, food took too long, this, that, the other thing. It's the people that when you try to make it right, but it's like there's just no making it right, you know? It's like during a UFC fight and your food takes an hour to come out and you told them it's going to be an hour, but it really takes an hour and then it comes out and then they want to bust you up and it's like, listen, man, first of all, I told you it was coming out. Second of all, this is the real world. Third of all, look at the million people around here. Fourth, like, what do you want me to do for you at
We
this
had
point?
to save Jay. We did.
Yeah. I want Jay, though, to say what you just said again because I think that was like prophetic. The customer is always wrong. Is that what you said?
No,
usually.
Rebecca
wrong.
Berry says, if I have to wear underwear on my head to keep us open, I will. Okay, Rebecca, we'll take you up on that. It is not political. If you can wear a seatbelt, you can wear a mask. Yeah, I mean, right? Can't you? Can't you just for
the mask? I mean, I have the mask thing to me is kind of like a basic thing to wear
it now so you don't have to wear it later.
You know, I mean, it's just like talking to the doctor. It's just like, man, listen, it's not that big a deal. It's really not. And if you're trying to turn it into a weird political or Second Amendment rights and all that, it's like then you're just not paying attention to what's happening. You know, I mean, there's a virus. And
and don't make it a thing. And maybe, I mean, you grew up in Warsaw, right? I mean,
until I was 7, 8, yeah.
Don't make it a thing like that. I mean, you want some. I read Escape from Warsaw. It's not like that.
I can't read
at all. You can't read?
Well, but there's so many countries. I mean, look at like Japan. Look at most of the Asian.
Well, I'm just saying that this isn't something that we're trying to this isn't something that's mandated so that we want to take your liberties away, you know.
No, we want to give you more liberties so you can go outside of your damn house. Stop getting everyone sick.
And listen, absolutely. That's an interesting thing. So let's do this. Let's play this little video here. And we'll just comment as we see it. I haven't seen the whole thing through, but it looks like a shit show to me.
It
Let's record now.
Please leave the fucking store.
Oh, really? Wow. Okay, that's harassment. I'm filing charges.
So this is Molly Spirits.
That's your name?
In Lakeside.
There you go.
That lady's just
nice.
Bring it down just a little.
Nice. That's okay. I'm actually not. So you guys, she just almost physically threatened me. So
physically threatening everyone else by not wearing a mask.
I'm sorry, but under the Colorado revised state law, there's no ground.
She's out in public to do that.
Yeah.
She's armed.
You can't deny me service. this.
You can't trespass.
That's okay, because I'm going to show the cops the law.
Business. We're a private
It doesn't
business.
matter.
You gotta leave.
Nope, sorry, it doesn't matter.
It does. You have to go.
No, I'm sorry. I'll wait for the cops to get here.
It's a private business,
I know,
lady.
that's what, doesn't she get it? Like,
see, that's my thing. It's
That's
like,
okay. I'm just going to wait till the cops get here.
but the cool thing is, you know, she can go to jail for trespassing at this point. They've asked her to
I'll
leave.
just wait for the cops to get
Well,
Why don't you wait for him outside?
yeah.
here. Ron,
Yeah. Why don't you wait
I'm not. I'm going to wait right here where I almost got hit by a cart from a lady.
Almost got hit by a car.
I did. She rammed her cart into me, and I have a witness. Yes, I do. I have it on video, dude.
Witness right here.
I have it on video. I have it on video.
I don't care.
You can't.
This is so.
That's
We asked
okay.
you to leave.
Threatening.
Get out of the store.
Sorry, you can leave.
No,
you can
you can
get
leave.
out of
I
my
work
face.
here.
Get out of my face. Ron at Molly's Liquors in Lakeside.
Yeah, get out of the store.
Let's see.
That's what Ron's telling you. Leave.
Yeah.
You don't
Let's
have a
see.
mask on.
You're going to be under a lot.
When's she going to start threatening people's
Nope, not
jobs
leaving.
at this point?
I
I'm not going to let you harass me like this.
What's the motivation?
So it's not a law.
You
It's
gotta
not a
wonder.
law. Not a law.
Showing a
It's not
video
a law.
to her constituents that
It's not a no. The law. Do you okay?
We're not selling you
What
nothing
law
today.
went through the legislature to pass that you can't do
We're
that?
not selling you anything today. All right?
Okay.
they
do
call
you own
these
the store?
professional
Do
antagonists.
you own
Yeah.
the store? Do you own this store?
Well, does someone like, if
Are
they
you
get
the
enough
owner?
views, do they get money if they get
Hi.
enough views
I
off of their
almost
videos?
got-
I mean, I would
I
assume
almost
she's
just got
got it's a viral video.
No, not until the cops get here.
But she looks like an ass. I mean,
Oh, good. Oh, good. 'Cause I'm
that's
gonna
the
show
owner
him
right
the
there.
law.
Is that
I'm
Rufus?
Gonna show him the law.
I'm a private business. I can explain.
That's Rufus. He's the owner.
Actually,
I don't
you can't
know,
under
but
the
he's
Colorado Revised State law. You absolutely cannot.
see, and
All
it's
right,
just
let's
somebody.
do.
This woman thinks
And
she
and
knows
you know
the
why I'm
law.
filing charges? 'Cause
I'd have a
woman-
badass old
Don't
lady
touch me.
there
Get
to
away
kick
from
her
me.
ass, you know?
Get away
Like
from
a
me.
ninja old lady.
A woman
I mean, it's
tried
just.
to ram her cart into me.
No, she
and I have
didn't.
it on
Well,
video.
it was.
I mean, yeah, she
And
did.
You don't want to
you're
do that.
under
No, of
fire,
course not.
son.
But you can't control what
you're
another
that,
patron
like-
does.
Yeah.
Also,
Good luck.
these
she
guys,
could-
Good luck.
these guys at Molly's, and I've seen this video a
Molly's
couple
at-
times.
In Wheat Ridge.
They seem to have done everything
Right? I
No,
think
normal.
Molly's handled this really well.
normal. They're saying like, listen, can you go? The one guy says, I'm not going to sell you anything. Like, let's just go.
I'm actually not blocking the doorway.
See, Molly should use this video to promote delivery.
Okay, I'll go around here.
If you don't want to wear a mask, fine, we'll deliver to you.
You need to leave.
It's sad because
Just so much energy and
yeah,
chaos.
it's gonna
I
be.
can't. I don't care. You guys don't know the law. Oh my God.
Get out. That's the law.
You guys have no idea what the law is.
Leave.
Nazis. Look at these Nazis.
It's Jeffco policy. Get
If
out.
you only
It's
knew
not
what a
a law.
Nazi was.
I know.
Nazis.
And to bring stuff up like that,
Yeah.
that's just immature and ugly.
It's
And
just uneducated.
just, yeah, do you know what the Nazis did? Wake
You're
up.
running into me. Don't touch me. Leave our business.
No,
Wow.
sorry, you're not going to treat me like this. and
How's
get
your
away with
anxiety,
it.
Paulina?
You're not
Getting
gonna treat me like this and get away with it.
Sorry about that.
I'm from Poland. Like, there's a lot going
You're
on.
not going to have a
Yeah,
business
that's
pretty
right.
soon.
Yep, you're not gonna have a business soon.
Good luck. Good luck.
I'll tell you, I'll go stop by Molly's and buy extra because of this girl. Like, because I like Molly's and I think they're good people.
No mask, no service.
You're in my face. Go away from me. Go away from me.
You're breathing on me.
1 minute
I
left.
just got rammed with a cart. Get away from me.
No shoes.
Get away from me.
Mask.
Not the law.
I mean, so he's hitting it on the head right there, as
Yeah.
far as I'm concerned. Which he's,
It's a mandate and order is not state law.
Dude, you're in a
You guys have
private
no idea what
establishment.
I know. See, that's the thing.
It's like
It's
she'd
like-
go inside of your house.
Right. It's like, well, listen, you're right. That isn't a state law, right? That's not what they're trying to invoke. They're invoking their private business right to say, get the hell out. You know, come on.
Get over here away from my other car.
And it's
So did the police? What's the ending? Did
I know,
they say-
well,
she walks outside and there's a cop, and then she stops the video.
Nothing.
Oh,
I
okay.
did
Watch.
nothing.
Yeah, watch.
I did nothing. Nothing.
Well,
I did nothing but not wear a mask. And look at all these Nazis in Nazi America. Nazi America. Oh my God, I love it.
Oh.
Get away.
There's the cop.
This is the lady.
And then there it is. Man, and it's like, you know, let me just real quick. That's so frustrating for me because I've kicked out 1 million people right out of bars, and that's usually alcohol related and everything. And it's the same thing too, where people just have this warped idea of what I can do anything I want because technically, I don't have a knife or a gun or anything. It's like, no, man, if you're in somebody else's business and they ask you to leave for whatever reason, especially if you're being disruptive,
was there to be a professional.
You gotta go. Yeah. You just go. That's it. It's like, why do you care enough? Let's assume everybody in Molly's was crazy or insane. I'm the first one to just be like, man, I got to get the hell out of here.
Well, hey, listen, you don't think somebody, and that's the shame, that's the rub here, is that there's other people watching this right now saying, well, let's go make a viral video. Let's go out and be the biggest antagonists that we can possibly be, and that's the other side of the world we live in right now.
You want to know what's weird? And because I have an inside line to this, but I can't tell you how, there's a lot of people that are reaching out completely on the side of this woman saying, like, I can't believe your employees treated her this way.
Oh, because they come in droves at that point. Then it's a concerted effort. I've seen, man, I've been on the side
and
of
it's
that.
like, and like I said, and it's like, what are you watching?
Yeah.
What are you seeing versus what I'm seeing? And I have no affiliation to anybody. Yeah. I don't care.
And that's unfortunately where this becomes politicized because when you watch your Kyle Clark tonight, and Kyle's doing his thing, and because I'll guarantee you this is on there, and I'll guarantee you he's going to talk about the governor and the mandate, but that's when, and I saw this yesterday, it wasn't the nightly news, I think it was Kyle Clark, is they started to overlay maps of districts and how they voted. Versus counties and areas of places to where there is a mask required before that, and started to draw a correlation of how people vote versus whether they're wearing a mask at all. And
so lame.
I say shame on you, the media, to perpetuate
shame on
that.
You. That's lame.
That's terrible. But you will see that. That's my prediction. I've been doing this.
And Greg, I think you're spot on. I think what happens is something like this is that someone puts this up on one of these instigator websites. And then it's just a flood.
Groups. Oh, yeah.
And then it's just like
feed.
they organize
each other. Go get them.
Yeah, go get them. And it's people who probably don't even live in Colorado.
And if I will tell
never
you what,
shop at Molly's.
And we know the folks from Molly's fine people. Very, very nice.
Well, that's who I feel bad for this
people.
whole.
Sure. And what I'll tell Molly's, and you've been in this long enough, Paulina, is that you're getting some good publicity right now. And you're on the right side of righteousness.
Yeah.
So just ride the wave.
Like I said, I'll go support him. I don't even need anything, and I'll go buy something there today.
Like so don't even sweat this, right? Don't even sweat this.
Yeah.
Jay, grab my computer, would you, sir? I appreciate you. All right, SummerDinnerSeries.com. Where does that?
SummerDinnerSeries.com.
Come on, Paulina.
SummerDinnerSeries.com.
SummerDinnerSeries.com. Yes, you're our guest. We're gonna invite you to
I'd
dinner.
love to.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So here's what's left. Biker Jim Pittenger and the fairy Gutmother, Carly Smith. They're doing a delicious dinner next week. Every dinner's on a Tuesday. So the 21st is Biker Jim, and their menu is shaping up to be delicious. These are $100 tickets, and you're getting $200 worth of food and drinks.
More.
Yeah.
I mean,
we've got a distillery
That's
paired with
amazing.
every dinner. We've got a winery paired with every dinner. We've got a brewery paired with every dinner. I'm going to test you here, Jay.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to hate this.
Yeah.
You are going to hate this.
Yeah.
All right. It's week 2, July 21st, Biker Jim and Fairy Gutmother. Who's the distillery and who is the brewery?
The distillery is okay. Oh, yeah, the distillery. Trick question. There's 2 distilleries, which is Meridian Spirits and Deviation Distilling.
Gotcha.
And then, gosh, I want to say Jagged Mountain Craft Brewery, but I don't think it's Jagged Mountain Craft Brewery.
Oh, Jay.
I think
Somebody's like, I need to hear who the brewery. I'm gonna buy a ticket, but I have to hear who the brewery is.
Yeah.
Get it out of there, Jay. Dig deeper.
I know.
It's there.
It's just Joyride.
Joyride. Open your sheet.
Is it Man, I have 10.
Okay, I think you can do it by your memory. And then week 3, July 28th, Jesus Silva. We saw Jesus today.
Yeah.
And we went on a little farm. When's that?
And we
video?
got his lamb.
We did, but we were late. Sorry, Paulina.
That's okay.
We were
I
late.
thought you flew.
Yeah, we flew out of it. We flew to a ranch. We were flying back, that's for sure. Jesus Silva, he's got a great menu, but he's going to do some Colorado lamb. You know he does sushi, right? Does it well. Does ramen. Does it well. Does tacos. Does it well. But he's going to do some lamb.
Yeah. Well, and more. more. What he's going to give us all a little bit of that tasty. I mean, it's interesting because from
you
Monterey.
said 3 things and pivoted
I know,
on each one of the.
I got so excited about his sushi. I didn't want to call it out like that because he's going to be doing sushi as well.
3 succinct thoughts. That
I
you
know
had there.
it's
Who's the
crazy.
brewery distillery for that? So for every dinner, Carboy is the winery, and then for
don't forget your opening toast.
Do it.
Your opening
Quickly.
toast is going to be Sauvage Spectrum.
3 old guys trying to remember stuff without notes. Who's the brewery distillery, Jay?
Man, I can't even. I'm trying to cheat and look in my phone, and I can't find it.
Really?
You know, yeah, my
You should
phone's
know these
stupid, my
things.
computer's stupid.
Oh, no.
I know, but there's 8 dinners, and we had a little bye week, and then I've got Zoom going and a link.
Is
and,
Jay Johnson from Bear? Do you know
Bear
that?
Creek?
Is
Yeah.
it Bear Creek?
Oh, he's in there.
I bet you don't know where.
I don't know where, man, and
Okay.
I can't even find
That's
it on my
okay.
phone. I'm
That's
trying to
all
be proactive.
I
here.
could probably do that.
Hold on. Oh, okay, I got it. I got you. Oh, I got you now. Hold on. What was the question?
The distillery and the brewery for Jesusio's dinner.
Jesusio's dinner is Jesusio's is Jagged Mountain and Idlewild Spirits, and for Carly Smith's is our buddy up on the hill, Tommy Knocker.
Oh, cool.
Tommy Knocker Brewery.
That'll be a good one.
Steve Inderhoos. And
One of
Meridian
4.
and Deviation are teaming up.
The week after that, week 4. One of 4 James Beard nominated regional chefs. They find out in September who it'll be. Dana Rodriguez joins us.
Dana Rodriguez, and she's going to be with Chain Reaction Brewing, who our boy Zach was commenting on the stream today, and then Bear Creek Distillery.
Wait, and what are we going to get special from Dana that night? Remember what she told us last night or the other day on the show? Remember
the 3 things to survive?
No,
COVID.
I was going to say she said the F word about 6 times, but other than that.
Well, that was one of the things to survive.
Tell us.
Her new tequila line.
Yeah, that's
we
right.
are going to debut her tequila
A little
line
taste.
at the dinner, and I love Dana.
I know you said grab your computer, but there's not much going on there, just so you know.
Well, there's.
I got to
this
tell you,
is
I
there.
can't believe no one could step up and come
Okay,
to our
did-
Zoom room.
well, shoot. No, well,
It shows you all those telephone tough guys out there. Come on, baby.
I'll just place a recap of our road trip
Yeah,
right
yeah,
there
man.
while we do that.
This
Okay,
is
while we
good
talk
stuff.
this through. So after Dana Rodriguez is Chef Brother Luck. And Chef Brother Luck's dinner is on, man, I need to get my eyes checked.
Brother Luck, he's the 11th.
Okay, and who's doing his dinner?
Brother Luck is Cerberus Brewing and Axe in the Oak Distillery.
Oh, those are Colorado Springs.
Yeah, Colorado
Springs
Springs.
companies. Yeah, he wanted to get down in-house.
How about after that?
After that,
We
is,
have, who's the chef? Chef George Eater?
George
Eater.
Oh, this is a good one, man. I like this one. My
Yeah.
favorite brewery.
Yes.
And a distillery that's a great one. So
Ska Brewing from
yes.
Durango,
Uh-huh.
and then if you know anything about Ska Brewing, they have a distillery too with Dave Thibodeau and Peach Street Distilling.
Come together.
They're going to come together. So they have a come together
Yeah.
called Ska Street Brewstillery. So
You're gonna
basically,
get that.
you're getting Ska Street Brewstillery
Fantastic.
as
Where is Ska Street
Suds
Brewstillery?
and Booze.
Jay?
It's
You
in
know, I'm
Boulder.
not real
It's
sure.
in Boulder.
It's in Boulder. It's cool.
In the old Fate building. So the next one after that is George Eater, right?
Yeah.
Did we
No,
we
that
just said
was George Eater.
And then after that is
After
Oh,
George
Justin
Come on
Brunson.
now. Justin
yeah.
Brunson. The butcher.
which I mean, here's the point, man. He doesn't have a restaurant anymore, so you're not going to eat Justin Brunson's food anywhere else.
Nope.
Except for Summer Dinner Series.
Well, and if you go get his meat.
And so 291 wants to link up, right? Philip and Michael Myers will come up and party with Justin Brunson. Who's the brewery?
Joyride.
Joyride.
That's the Joyride.
That'll be a good one. And then to top it all off is Troy Gard, and he'll do the last week of that. I think we lost Paulina. She's texting, seeing what dinner
potential
dinner
client.
plans are for tonight.
So,
Good work.
I
Good
mean,
work.
it
Working
shows,
it.
yeah.
Working it.
Stop working.
People are already calling.
Pay attention.
Literally.
Pay attention to us.
That's right. Please, we need attention. Troy Gard, we have Golden Moon Distillery, right? And Bruce Beers.
Stephen
Bruce
Gould,
Beers.
and then Bruce, badass Belgian style beer.
And then what's next?
Oh, Zach Christopherson, like what the WTF? We didn't forget you, Zach, did we? Chain Reaction as well.
No, yeah, he's in there. He's Dana's, Chef Dana's.
Yeah,
That's what we said. We love you, Zach.
Yeah, SummerDinnerSeries.com. Thank you, Chef Amos Watts, for joining us on the show today. That's fantastic. Mark Antonation is always a food writer. He's not a critic.
No.
He doesn't criticize people. He's a food writer for Westword. And Paulina Szafranski, Refined Marketing. What are you refining? You're refining people's businesses.
Yeah,
right?
so I love that they already have their business. I'm not telling them what to do. I'm just refining their next stage.
Love that.
A little polish.
A little polish.
Do
Let
business
me help
with
you.
her. Experience, and you are self-learning a lot of new talents, which is cool too. And
I always am. I have for 20 years. Like, everything's new. I mean, you look on social media, every day it's different.
What'd you think of this weirdo show? Are you?
I loved it.
Now we'll know if she liked it or not, because after the show, if she shares it,
Obviously.
If she doesn't, it's like, hey, what I do this after? I went for a walk. This afternoon. Sorry, I was out of pocket for a couple of hours. A doctor's appointment.
Yeah, what'd you do? Nothing.
That's right. Nothing today.
Were you doing nothing with anyone? No.
Yeah. We loved having you.
It was amazing.
Thank you
Thank
so
you for
much.
letting me be at the table. I'm so excited.
And you'll come back?
I will end the story. Not every day. Whatever you want me to write. I've learned my lesson.
That's a real thing, though. We would be honored if you would do that.
Yeah, I would love that.
You're a great writer.
Whatever I could do
enjoy
to your listeners, for your listeners, I'd love that.
High tides raise all ships, and we appreciate that. Hey, listen, wear your mask.
Yeah.
We're not
Just
telling
please.
you to,
It's
but
just-
asking. I'm telling you, it's a cookie jar theory. They tell you, stay out of the cookie jar. You're going to put your hand in that cookie. You just want a cookie. You don't. No, it's like, hey, man, eat your brain. Eat every cookie.
I think there's a lot of dynamics we don't even understand.
I mean, something like this, if you say to people, like, all right, we'll stop wearing your mask, they'd be
Don't
like,
wear a
oh,
mask.
far out, and then nobody would, wear
I like the
But it's-
doctor's
come
idea.
on,
I want a
it's-
mask that says,
It's just
"Make America Great Again," and it's red. I want that red mask. I think that'd be awesome. I think we should all wear a "Make America Great Again" mask. That'd be the best damn thing they ever make.
You're such a bizarre human being.
It's like, just stop taking it so personal. Like it's
bizarre.
just I'm trying to
Can I
impede on your
just
human
end
rights.
this
I mean,
show?
come on.
Please look at this is great drone work that I do. So
you want me to pull that back up?
I'm
I
a
was
professional
moving
drone
on to
artist right
stuff,
there.
but-
That's Dave Thibodeau, owner of Scott Brewing Company. Look at those cute
And
little
Jeff
pigs.
Schwartz breaking down the house.
Check this out, man. This ranch, James Ranch, Durango, Colorado.
That's beautiful.
We got take a look around there. That's Jeff Schwartz. There's a Chrysalis. This is a brewery in Paonia,
Sean,
Colorado.
and
Look at
his
that
brother.
Beautiful equipment he's got there. Just relics. Gosh, I love this state. Love this state. Love what we do. Love you guys.
Thank you, man.
Thank you for Paulina Szafranski, for Jay Parker, for Faith, who's back there, Faith Johnston, working hard on the website, keeping us current, and for Brian Freeman, who invented produce. I'm Greg Hollenbeck. We'll see you tomorrow. The Modern Eater Show continues.